with this. I already know what I'm looking for. Like, there's customers that are very demanding, that want a specific thing, they don't want to be helped or whatever. You have to know how to let the guard down. Right? So you have to teach them on how to approach the customer. Not every customer is going to be approached in the same way. One minute you may be more assertive, the next minute you may not. You know, they'll be like, well, how come you put something in her hair but not her hair? They have to know the reason why. You know, it's not just because you chose to, because you just didn't feel like putting something in her hair, but there's a reason why you didn't go in straight into her hair versus this person. So those are the things that you guys should be practicing with your staff besides hairstyles. You know, that really is going to help them when you're not there. Speed, of course, is important because you have to do the customer's hair fast and get the customers in and out. The more customers you help, obviously the more you make. The less customers you help, the longer it takes to make your goal. So directing on how to read the customer. I think looking at the customer from head to toe, like most of the employees, they don't really look from head to toe. They just look at the face and maybe the hair. That's it. They don't know anything else. They don't know what bag she's carrying. They don't know what jewelry she has. They don't know what clothes she's wearing. It's just, what are you looking at? Their hair, what I'm going to put in it. That's all they're focusing on. So you have to have them practice scanning the customer. Now, obviously, it has to be where it's not noticeable. Right? You don't want them to be like, she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, so it has to be unnoticeable, right? But you have to tell them, I need you to look at the customer from head to toe. That's going to tell you where to start and what to grab. Are they showing the right items and colors right away? You know, not everybody's going to come in wearing black or white. They're going to come in wearing orange. And you're going to figure out, do I put orange in their hair or what's their favorite color, right? So you have to know the right items and things to show. If they come wearing a chocolate, are you going to show like a mini comb if they have a chocolate in their hair? Maybe not right away. You know, I try not to. I know magnets is like a huge external, it's easy, real fast, but I kind of don't like magnets because it's just a magnet to me and it's like $19.99. So I always notice when I have a customer and they're wearing something in the back, I always put something in the back, never in the front. And that's because it makes them turn around. If you put something in the front, they're only going to go, oh yeah, it's cute. But then what? Oh, come here, I want to show you more. And it's kind of like, oh, I have to go. But if you focus on what's in their hair, and then you say, turn around, oh my God, look at the clip. You already have them turned around. So easy to keep showing because they're already there. So if they have something in their hair, try to put something in the back versus the front. Now, if they don't have anything, then obviously you can do something for the front and the back. But try to show other things and reading what you think they're going to like right away. First impression is so important. If you put the wrong color or the wrong clip, I highly doubt they're going to make time and say, okay, I have time to stay. They're going to make up something that they have to go and go do that. So reading the customer and putting in the right thing at the right time is so important. Obviously, listening to the customer's budget. You don't want to show a 220 clip when they can only afford $30. Listening, are they understanding the customer's needs? Are they showing the customer's style and what type of customer do they have? That's how you have to know how to direct your staff. If you notice they're not doing those things, they're just grabbing anything off the window or they're grabbing whatever color, you have to direct them. You have to direct them and say, no, not that one, the other one. Or what made you grab that? You know, it's all about directing them what to show and when to show it at what time. And we take those things for granted because we're thinking we're giving them the independence to show what they want. But then they're going to keep losing customers or they're not going to close sales. And then they're going to get really down about it. So how to teach directing, or how to teach how to read a customer. So review different personality types. We have different personality types, like I said, so you have to review which type of personality does that customer have. So your employees have to practice like type A personality or type B or type C and pretend those are different types of customers for them to practice on. Let them tell you what type of customer they have. So after you do the whole scenario and you pretend like, you make these little slips. And then, you know, kind of like what main office, we have a scenario on an actual piece of paper. And then the two people that are doing it, they read the scenario. Okay, then they play it out. And then after they play it out, they have to guess which type of customer they are, or what type of customer it was, so that they learn the different personality types. Have them point out what makes them a higher ticket versus a lower ticket customer. Have them show you what they would show in the customer service right away and why. So if they choose something, I might say, why did you choose that? What made you want to do that one? Oh, because it was closest to me? No. Did the customer buy anything? No. That's probably why. So you have to tell them that it's not about proximity. It's about grabbing the right item at the right time with the right customer. You know, you have to create enough interest from the beginning for them to even want to stay 5 more minutes. So your staff has to be directed not to just grab whatever's closest to them. Because they're going to lose the customer, and the customer's not going to want to say anything else. So all those things relates to reading the customer. And this is probably the hardest for every employee to do, is reading the customer. I know Chelsea's still trying to work on that, you know, like when she works with me, Chelsea could be with someone for like a half an hour, showing, and I'm like, Chelsea, that's wrong. I show her everything, and so I'm like, then I'll come around, and I'll be like, show this one. And she puts it in the hair, she's like, oh, I like that one, okay, I'll take it. And then Chelsea goes, and she looks at me because she knows. And then she'll be like, okay, so tell me how you knew she liked that. It happens a lot, with not just her, but with the other staff. And it's about reading people. You know, some people can read people easily, and some people need practice. I think what helps to reading people is psychology. Because before SOHO, I majored in psychology, and I have a counseling background. It really helps me reading customers, like what they say, their mannerisms, their body language, everything. It's like I can pick up right away what they're going to like and what they're not going to like. So if you can teach that to your staff, it's going to be so easy to close yourself. And they won't have to spend an hour for like $50. Right? Chelsea's getting better, but in the beginning I was like, oh my God, I'm tired watching you. But I have to let her learn, so I'm not going to save it all the time. But I just like to watch her to see what she's doing, because I'm interested in why she's showing it. Honestly. And she knows it, because I'll be standing there going, she's like I could tell she's just lost, but she's just trying really hard at convincing this clip and convincing. And I'm like, Chelsea, no matter what you say, that's not going to work. And she's like being funny and bold. I'm like, that's not going to work, you know. So then it's about the product, right? It's about that certain clip. They're not going to buy it if they're not going to use it, even though you're funny and you're joking. They're going to think you're just a nice girl, but that's it. So please teach your staff or directing on how to read the customer. Okay. So directing on how to assume the sale. Make sure they are showing confidence. Make sure they are passionate and that they're giving reasons why they need it. Make sure they are using assuming words such as perfect, let's leave it in and you can wear it out. Make sure they're going to the register to give total and that they're taking the lead for their customer and that they're not waiting for the customer to give them an answer. So we do this a lot because I can tell you if we didn't, we'd be there a long time with the customer. And it takes so long, so much energy. So we have to assume the sell. If the customer tells you, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, I love it, why wouldn't you think they're going to get it? It's like automatic. Okay, I already closed it. In your mind, that's what you have to say. You're thinking, I don't know the price yet. Oh my God, she's going to freak out when I tell her that. If you start thinking that, then it's going to take a long time. So you have to go by the reaction of